The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Monker, his guests, callers, and advisors on Freedom March are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of ILS, the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without the express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2017. All rights are reserved.
The role of a woman in the society is to submit. Birth control are the pills of the devil. Education is so fundamental to the development of a people. Hang murderers. Simple as that. What am I voting for? Voting will change nothing. Tout le monde haïtien, como ye. God save the Queen. Broadcasting live from ILTV Studios here in Nassau, Bahamas. Welcome to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. I'm a Justice of the Peace here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. And of course, I'm a member of the local Catholic Christian community. I welcome all of the people them around the world and throughout the Commonwealth of the Bahamas who is either joining me on ILTV Studios, channel 224, or Flow TV 112, and of course, through Facebook. It is a wonderful day here in the Bahamas, and I continue to thank God for not only freedom, but for life. Today, I'm going to look at one or two old stories. I'm also going to tell you a story that occurred when I had breakfast Sunday before last with the Right Honorable Hubert Ingraham. And of course, Mr. Ingraham told me when I last met with him, he's going away and he will not be back until the 22nd of December. And it's a kind of macabre story that I had involved with the former Prime Minister Hubert Ingraham. We discussed death and funeral and state funeral and government recognized funeral. We also discussed the fact that the former Prime Minister Perry Gladstone Christie did not attend the former or the previous government recognized funeral of Sir Allington Butler. And of course, Mr. Ingraham gave me a reasonable explanation for Mr. Christie not attending, and I think it is very, very important. I should also tell you how Mr. Ingraham was rather disturbed that the current Prime Minister, Hubert Ingraham, left the state recognized funeral. Mr. Ingraham thought it was premature. He thought it was a poor example. And he said, in view of the fact that it was the Prime Minister, meaning Dr. Hubert Minister's call to determine the date of the state-recognized funeral of Sir Allington, he could have chosen another day other than the day that he had to go to Freeport. So there's some things that are on my mind that I thought I will talk about, in addition to a very unusual situation involving the Public Disclosure Commission. I'm going to show you how my Negro people sometimes do not think as they exercise political power and authority. So we're going to talk about it because I am required by law to make my next public declaration by the 31st of December. And would you believe that the Negroes want a bank statement dated the 31st of December 2017. And all I beg the bank, yes, all I beg the bank.
Freedom March with Rodney Monker will be right back after this. This is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome back to Freedom March, broadcasting live on ILTV Studios here in Nassau, Bahamas. My name is Rodney Monker, and of course, you are aware I'm a Justice of the Peace here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. In the time of trouble, it is good to know that there is a God who is the supreme being, and mortal men such as I, because of our faith, we can call upon God. And so today I'm holding the Catholic Church book celebrating the Eucharist, because it is so good to have comforting words at a point when the devil has declared war against me. And it is my hope and my faith that the devil shall be conquered. So I'm going to read to you a small passage from Celebrating the Eucharist. Today is the 5th of December 2017. It is the birthday of one of my greatest friend and allied, Nicola Emmanuel Jacques. So I'll start off by saluting Brother Jacques, for he is indeed not only a friend, he is a brother. So Brother Jacques, I salute you on your birthday. O God, with your judgment endow the king, and with your justice the king's son. He shall govern your people with justice, and your afflicted ones with judgment. Justice shall flower in his days, and profound peace till the moon be no more. May he rule from sea to sea, and from the river to the ends of the earth. He shall rescue the poor when he cries out, and the afflicted when he has no one to help him. He shall have pity for the lowly and the poor. The lives of the poor he shall save. May his name be blessed forever. As long as the sun, his name shall remain. In him shall all the tribes of the earth be blessed. All the nations shall proclaim his happiness. Well, I told you, today is the birth date of my good friend Nicola Emmanuel Jacques. And I know that greetings comes from his charming and faithful wife, Sister Gloria Jacques. Brother Jacques, boy, you're such a good friend. I wish you was my ma and pa child. It's powerful. Well, folks, this is the month of December. You may not remember that from the 9th of June this year, I had received a letter from the Prime Minister of the Bahamas accusing me of failing to disclose in accordance with the Public Disclosure Act. The Prime Minister, however, was incorrect. He was wrong. And subsequently, I wrote to the Commission, the Public Disclosure Commission, asking them if they had reported me to the Prime Minister. Notwithstanding the fact that there has been new appointments, this Public Disclosure Commission, led by Attorney, goodness me, I even forgot his name, Miles LaRoda, that's his name, and two holy men, Bishop Colley, and of course, the pastor who is in charge of Zion Baptist Church. I have forgotten his name, but it's Zion Baptist Church right there on the corner of Shirley Street and East Street, Reverend Morrison. To date, those three distinguished gentlemen, a learned counsel in the law, and two men of God, has failed to respond to my letter. They have a practice where from time to time they send advance letter directing you as to what you ought to do as it relates to public disclosure. Recognizing that the post office department is malfunctioning, the workers, I don't know how to describe their workplace. The Bahamas Post Office has not become or remain a reliable means by which you can get posts. So I have initiated a conversation with one of the officers of the Public Disclosure Commission. For the time being, I shall not disclose the name of that Negro representative on the Public Disclosure Commission. He has advised that any letter that I should obtain from the banks to verify my financial status as of the 31st of this month, he says that the letter must be dated the 31st of December. Well, 31st of December, if I have it correctly, falls when? I think on a Sunday. I think it's on a Sunday. Mr. Producer, kindly check and speak to me and let me know if I'm correct that this month, the 31st of December, is a Sunday. Not only is it a Sunday, the bank does not open on a Sunday. But those Negroes said that I failed the last time to produce a letter dated the 31st of December. Well, the first time that I was required to produce a letter was on the 31st of December 2015 because, well, I had to show my financial status as of December 31st, 2015, having been appointed to the Honorable Senate on the 20th of December 2016. The law required that I show 1 year prior to being sworn in as a senator. Well, even for the 31st of December 2015, I submit it would have been improper and indeed a fraud if the bank purports to date a letter for me in 2016 for December 31st, 2015. I hope I didn't confuse myself or you as I attempt to explain that. But in any event, the Negro member of the Public Disclosure Commission wants a bank letter. Well, I did what he says. I went to the bank, said, bank, listen, the Public Disclosure Commission, so that I could show them that I'm an honest citizen. They want you to date the letter the 31st of December because that is the deadline for me to submit it. So the bank checked the calendar and said, listen, it's a Sunday and we don't open on Sunday. And in addition to that, you know, there are little holidays. So I said, I know y'all don't open on a Sunday, but these Negroes, they say, your letter to me must be dated the 31st of December. They said, listen, we are sorry. We can't date the letter the 31st of December. The best we might be able to do for you, I think, if I have it correctly, is to date it the 29th 9th of December. I want you to show you how these Negroes split hair. How the heck you expect the bank to date a letter on Sunday when the bank is closed? But that is what they say. And all I beg that Negro manager, I said, man, you got to do this one for me. Because, you know, they are doing all kind of nonsense. He said, Monica, the bank would have been happy to do it for you, but we can't. We have to follow proper banking procedure. We're not open on Sunday, and we cannot backdate the letter. Can you imagine the bank dating the letter? I just wanted to show you what kind of Negroes we are dealing with. And I want to be kind to these Negroes because they are dangerous. But I thought I shall say it to you, and I shall present to them in time the letter, whatever date the bank choose to date it. But I think they've said the best they would be able to do is to date it on the last working day. So, to my brethren on the Public Service Commission, on the Public Disclosure Commission, let's get it right, to my brothers on the Public Disclosures Commission, I couldn't get the bank to do that little corrupt thing for me. They said they're going to hold up their standards and they're going to follow proper banking procedure. So I can't get the letter for Sunday, the 31st of December. I thought it's just extremely interesting, my Negro people, and the level of stupidity that they practice. Well, having mentioned that, the next time that I would be required after the 31st of December would be the 11th of April 2018. So I asked them to look at that. They say they think they'll be able to do that one for me on the 11th of April 2018. Since, if I have it right, if I understood the manager clearly, it's a working day. Lord, I bring my Negro government and its officials before you. Teach these Negroes common sense, dear Lord, because I am tired of the level of stupidity that is flowing through the Bahamas as if it was a mighty, mighty river, just gushing with foolishness and stupidity. Well, having gotten that off my mind takes me back to Sunday before last, when I called upon the former Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Hubert Alexander Ingraham. Not this Sunday, Sunday before last. It was then that Mr. Ingraham told me that he was going away. He said, now I'm going away. I ain't seen you in a long time. I'm going away. I won't be back until the 22nd of December. So we sat down because there were a number of things on my mind. And I didn't come out and say to him, listen, I'm getting too much death threats. But I said to him, Mr. Ingraham, I'm concerned in view of the fact that I was a former senator and they take little money out of my little salary. I need to know that if I'm dead, what will I get? And so Mr. Ingraham took me through 3 stages. And then finally we came to the low stage, and he said, that is the state-recognized funeral that you will be entitled to. So I said, well, Papa, does that mean that they will pay for my casket? He said, no. The first 2 categories, they get their casket paid for. In your case, you will get all of the trappings of the state, but you got to find your own casket. So I said to him, Papa, I thank you. I'll have to tell my wife she better let's start saving for my casket. And so Papa, having told that to me, I said to Papa, I was concerned that the former member of parliament for Fort Finn Castle, what is the name of Brother Johnson, comrade? What is the name of Brother Johnson? Johnson. What is his name? I have forgotten Johnson's name. But Johnson, in 1992, was the FNM candidate who defeated the then sitting PLP member of parliament, Mr. Alfred. What is this Mr. Alfred name? I've forgotten his name as well. I'm getting old. No. Alfred Maycock. I thank you. He defeated Mr. Alfred Maycock. Not only did he serve in the Honorable House of Assembly, I think he also served one time as a member of the Senate. I knew from my personal knowledge that Mr. Johnson, Calvin is his name, Mr. Calvin Johnson, was entitled to a state-recognized funeral, to which he got. I asked Mr. Ingram, what was he doing laying off at Loretta Butler's funeral home? I wondered if this was an attempt by Dr. Minnis to mend ways with Mrs. Loretta Butler by sending the body of a former senator and a former representative of the people to Loretta Butler's funeral home. Mr. Ingram said he was very disturbed over what took place. Ingram pointed out to me that Minnis and the FNM had made a fundamental error, a horrible mistake, because Calvin Johnson was entitled to be laid off in the Honorable House of Assembly. So I said, Papa, what is this? Mr. Ingram sucky teeth, saying he don't know how Minnis could have made that big mistake. And this was not secret, because Papa knew that when I came to see him, I come to see him to receive information which I can use on the show and share with the Bahamian people for their own edification and education. But Papa was extremely upset. And then, of course, we proceeded to discuss the state funeral, or the state-recognized funeral, of the late Sir Arlington Butler, the first Bahamian speaker in an independent Bahamas. Well, are you throwing me off? Because it's 15 more minutes to go. Okay, so I must continue, right? These FNMs here, they were sending me into a signal to tell me to break, but all I got is time. And so, Mr. Ingram, we began to discuss the funeral of Sir Arlington Butler. Mr. Ingram?
Freedom March with Rodney Monker will be right back after this. Thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Monker, his guests, callers, and advisors on Freedom March are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of ILS, the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without the express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2017. All rights are reserved.
Welcome back to Freedom March, broadcasting live on ILTV Studios here in Nassau, Bahamas. My name is Rodney Monker. At some point, the computer malfunctioned, so I'm not sure what you may have heard. So if you find that I'm repeating myself, please do not believe me. It's a bunch of FNMs in the studio. Sabats, I need some PLPs around me because the FNM, But praise the Lord, my spiritual advisor, Bradley Roll, is here. Bradley, sac passe. This Papi Mal. But I'm looking for my Haitian brother, who is a QC, Fred Smith. Have they locked up Fred Smith?
No, they haven't.
No?
No, they See, the thing is, the detention center was just trying to convey to Fred Smith that, listen, if you want to visit the center, it's not a problem. Just follow the correct protocol. You see, Fred Smith shows up at the detention center and then demands of the defense force or the immigration officers, to have access so that he could see a client, but that's not the correct
What
protocol.
is the correct protocol, my spiritual advisor?
The correct protocol is that Fred Smith is to advise the authorities at immigration that he needs to access the detention center.
This is at immigration headquarters.
Yes, that's right. That's the correct protocol.
Not show up.
No, he can't do that.
Are you sure?
He cannot do it.
Do you know who Fred Smith is?
He's a lawyer.
Why would Fred Smith think of all the QCs at the bar?
Yeah, because he's Haitian.
He has a right to approach the detention center.
Because he's Haitian.
No, I don't like what you just said. Don't say that.
Garçon, il sorti Haïti long down.
Yeah, but don't say that.
Où d'ande?
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Pour qui ça?
Because it is horrible what you just say. Don't say that.
But he said that. That's what he... Listen, Fred Smith outside the detention center, he said, listen, I'm a Haitian. I don't have my documents on me. Why don't y'all come and lock me up? He said that. I have the video.
He said he's Haitian?
Yes, he said I'm Haitian. He said I don't have my documents.
Then I may send a coded message to Fred. Fred, là où travail, pas dit ça, pas jouer avec immigration, parce que ou c'est avocat, avocat est spécial, en là où aller dans calebous, ma basement nous pas jouer, parce que ma vente pour nous, ma vente. Oh, ma want. Pas faire ça. Goodness of mercy.
But the detention center is not the calabush. Où d'ande?
Oh, spiritual advisor, you don't like us, eh? Do you love my people?
No. Listen.
The Haitian people.
Here's the reality about immigration.
Fred Smith, I don't want. When you go down there, you don't play Haitian. You play avocat. You play lawyer. You go there to represent and to free my people in accordance with the law.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You stop running on before people say you're crazy like me. Stop it. And spiritual advisor, I do not like what you say. Mm-hmm. And pas dit ça.
I said
parce que m'a want pour nous pour dire ça. M'a want.
Right. I said it because he said it. That's
okay.
all.
So, well, tell me you're quoting him.
Listen, almost a year ago, you said the same thing.
What?
You said Fred Smith, he called your show often, and you all had your little exchanges, and you said that...
Fred Smith is a Haitian.
He's a Haitian. He's born in Haiti. He said that he was born in Haiti.
Yes, he was born in Haiti.
Yes, he said that.
But he was registered at the British Embassy.
Okay.
Okay? Mm-hmm. By virtue of that, and his father being a citizen of the Bahamas, he's a citizen.
Yeah.
Immigration.
We're not denying that.
I want you all to treat Fred good. You have to understand why he is demanding not to follow the protocol. We, in the FNM, promised him that. And in exchange, he provided the party with hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now he wants his part of the bargain, of the deal. And he's extremely disappointed. Don't forget, he who pays the what? The piper calls the tune. And Fred wants to call the tune, and the FNM is jiving. Anyway, let's leave Fred alone. Fred, le ou gen tan, relez-moi. Rodney Monker, parce que ma besoin nous pour venir dans show là. Vini, Fred, and le ou gen tan, relez-moi. 434-5760. Monker, j'ai des pères pour toutes Bahamas. How is my Creole?
Ibom.
Ibom?
Yeah, Ibom.
My spiritual advisor.
What
What part of Haiti are you from?
Map sorti Cape Haitian.
No, you can't be a, no. You look like either Gunai people or people from.
Yeah, maps are the Cape Asian.
No, man.
Yeah.
Or La Torti.
Okay, La Torti. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's boom.
All you need now is your cutlass, my spiritual advisor. Me
Right
and you,
straight.
and we will travailler.
Yeah, drive ID.
Travailler. Immigration. Stop it. Pa Kembe Fred Smith. Si ou Kembe Fred Smith, tout haïtien fâché ak no. Well, before they cut me off, I was giving you the story about Mr. Ingram and how he complained over how minutes didn't get the emails out. So Christy got it late and couldn't attend Sir Arlington funeral. Papa said he was able to attend because the family personally told him. And Papa was very upset over how Minutes, having set the date for the funeral, walk out of the funeral to go to Grand Bahama to open something. And Papa said, you don't do that. Papa said to me, you do not leave the Governor General and the Prime Minister. Having a state funeral or state recognized funeral was wrong. And it was improper. And Papa wanted me to tell everybody. See, I'm not betraying his trust, you know. Papa sat me down, and as he spoke, I took out my little pen and paper, and I took copious note. Remember I told you that Papa asked me to be his spokesman. And I went to see if I have been relieved of my duty. And I've not been relieved of my duty to date. But Papa says it was disrespectful. It was against protocol for the Prime Minister to speak before the leader of the opposition and then exit the church and jump on a plane and go down to Freeport to open something. Ah, boy, my Negro people, it is like if we are not going to educate ourselves as to how to properly conduct matters of state. Let me leave it alone before they after them get mad with me and say when he's saying these things to embarrass them and how Papa using me and so forth and so on. But Papa told me, there's some other things that Papa told me, but I'm going to leave it for today and perhaps tell it to y'all tomorrow. But Papa is away, and he told me he won't be back until the 22nd of December. That's like 3 days before Christmas.
It's a Friday. It's a Friday.
That's a Friday.
It's a Friday, yeah.
Wow, that is powerful. Well, we look at the newspaper because the debate over the, what is it called? The Commercial Enterprise
Bill.
what?
Yeah.
Bill?
Mhm.
Well, it is before the Honorable Senate. It is interesting to note that the leader of government businesses in the Senate is the Honorable Carl Wilcher Bettel. Carl Wilcher Bettel. And the Guardian has an interesting headline. They say that the Attorney General says PLP is race baiting. Now I wonder if Carl Bettel came to the conclusion of race baiting as a result of honorable senators in the opposition moving an amendment to the Commercial Enterprises Bill to rename it. A befitting name. A very, very befitting name. So, let me see if I can find what took place. And this is from the Senate. The PLP's 4 senators offered an amendment to the short title of the Commercial Enterprises Bill in the Senate to rename it the Brent Simonet Immigration Amendment Act 2017. Man, that's powerful. So they wanted to name it after the Financial Services Minister. And while the government voted against the amendment, it reflects the serious concern that the PLP has for matters of conflict of interest and looking after special interest group. The PLP senators also followed the 4 PLP MPs and voted against the bill as well. The PLP remains concerned that 50 years of the policy of Bahamianization, which protects the jobs of Bahamians, will be undermined by the Commercial Enterprises Act, and they urge the government not to proceed with this act, with this bill. And I thought it was very powerful. Now, as a result of that amendment, I have concluded that the Attorney General has raised the question of race. And I want Carl Bettel, whom I have known for over 30-odd years. I've known him. I had him in the back of the bush, indoctrinating him in proper political action and ideology in the back of the bush. It was like in the jungle, because we knew that Carl Bettel one day would be a great leader, and he needed to be revolutionized because as a youth he hung out with some Greek young men. And when we discovered that Carl Bettel was hanging out with some Greek young boys, I convened a Negro council, and I said to them, listen, Carl comes to Black Village very often, but I'm concerned that he is being brainwashed by a small Greek oligarchy. And it was concluded that we would bring Carl in the back of a high carpet bush in the back of Carmichael Road, where we worked on him, teaching him the history and teaching him how he must identify with the masses and always look out for the interests of black people. Because we knew early that Carl had 2 chips on his shoulder. We know it. I was responsible for teaching him how to march and demonstrate and how to prepare placards. Philip Miller, a former permanent secretary in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, was responsible for teaching him political ideology and other strategies. Nicola Jacks, he supported me in advancing to Carl Bettel the importance of looking out for the masses, because Carl had a chip on his shoulder. You see, Carl have good hair. Carl have some of the curliest hair in the F&M. Have you ever noticed his hair? Got good hair. Not only does Carl Bettel have good hair, he got good color. He got good color. I am specialized in identifying Negroes with good color and good hair. And we work on him. Now Carl has the audacity to talk about race baiting when the Right Honorable Hubert Alexander Ingraham teaches us that there is fundamentally something wrong with the Commercial Enterprises Bill. I read some days ago, a position, a statement, which was laid on the table of the Honorable House of Assembly in September of 1990 by the then PLP Deputy Prime Minister, the late Sir Clement Maynard, where the PLP set an economic standard of $250,000. 4 years later, Hubert Alexander Ingraham, with Carl Bettel sitting in the cabinet, Desmond Bannister, Dr. Hubert Ingraham, the financial secretary, Brent Simonet, all sat there and Papa told them, Papa's angry. I met with him. Papa said to them, $250,000 was too low. And he raised it, I think around 1994, to $500,000. Now Papa sat back and sucky teeth, upset that these Negroes, and you might as well include Brent with it, because Brent is also a Negro. These Negro leaders of 2017 has turned the clock back economically by reducing the level of money from $500,000 to $250,000 with the right to the foreign investor to apply for work permit. And he ain't got to worry, because based on the gross undercutting of staff at immigration, in 14 days he gets it. I was so happy when Fred Mitchell on his web page, Bahamas Uncensored. I don't know if Fred is talking with Papa, but I suspect that Papa and the leader of the opposition is talk, because I told you that there was a specific question that I put to Philip Brave Davis, and I put the same thing to Papa, and Papa and Philip Brave Davis gave me the identical answer. I ain't fool. I'm now 61. If I was fool at age 60, by grab at 61, I must have learned some sense. And so, it is important that the message of Hubert Ingraham, which is identical to the message of the Progressive Liberal Party, once again be told, because Carl Bettel is on the wrong track. And he should turn back. Carl, turn back. Turn back. You're on the wrong track. What you talking about race? A nice brown-skinned man like you talking about race? Stop it. With your curly hair. All right? Stop it. My spiritual advisor, I'm running on. Because Carl Bettel.
And there are times that you got to be careful with that.
What should I be careful of, my spiritual
words,
advisor?
Man, certain words you use to describe our certain, MPs.
What certain MPs? What words did I use?
And our attorney. You can't be
He has curly hair.
Negro and.
But he has curly hair.
Carl Bettel sent a message for you, but I'll give you that off here. Eh?
He sent a. What is he going to do?
He sent a message for
Is
you.
he going to prosecute those who firebomb me?
I'll get that message off here.
I hope it's a good message.
But he did say that both you and him were in the trenches in the 80s. What does that mean?
Well, I just told you I had the man in the back of the highest set of bush. Man?
Yeah, so why are you being so critical of him, man?
I'm not being critical of him. I'm upset that he is opposing the philosophy of Hubert Alexander Ingraham. He's wrong. And Papa,
we have a new administration now. That's the minister's administration.
Listen to me. Who is the ideologist of the Free National Movement? Papa is ideologist.
Okay.
Huh? Papa understands.
But the Ingraham era is over.
Papa era is not over.
The Ingraham era
Papa
is
man
over.
Is still hiding in the bush, waiting to move a vote of no confidence in Dr. Menace. Man is powerful.
But I think they are going to, well, from what I understand, there has been an amendment to that bill so far. One amendment.
What amendment, my spiritual advisor?
I think they're saying if there's a joint venture between a foreign and a Bahamian, that they don't have to come up with the $250,000 investment.
How much do they have to come up with?
Nothing.
Goodness me, this is further corruption.
Yeah, so
why should a foreign businessman come to the Bahamas?
Jointly with the Bahamians.
Listen to me. Why should a foreign businessman come to the Bahamas with his money to join some Negro partnership that is broke? Why should that happen? Tell me.
I don't know. I mean, that's one of the amendments they decided to make. So
It is a
Makes it
gangster.
easier for the Bahamian.
It is a gangster amendment. Why should the foreign businessman come to the Bahamas with his money? I'm going to give you a code. We shall call the Negro Zaki. And we shall call the foreign investor Whitey. When Whitey came to the Bahamas...
You're playing the race.
What you talking about race? It's Whitey and Zaki.
Yeah.
His surname was Mr. White.
Yeah.
Can I not call Mr. White Whitey? When Mr. White came to the Bahamas, he came with all his money. What did Zaki have? Zaki had no money. The next thing we know, Mr. White was broke, and Zaki ran off with all of his money. Is that what we're going to encourage? Huh? I always knew that the F&M was heading towards gangsterism. Carl, I want you to stop it. And instead of reading what you say, I shall look at what Mr. Ingram has to say. Because Papa is correct. Papa said, if they say they want a business to open up and a foreigner could get a permit automatically after 14 days, and they want to limit this and the other benefits of the bill to a place like Freeport, that's something that I, as an ordinary Bahamian, could swallow. But I cannot swallow that for the Bahamas, as a national policy, foreigners can come in for only $250,000 and open these businesses without us knowing how many Bahamians will be employed. These are traitors. These are economic traitors. That's what they are. Listen to what Hubert Ingraham says. That's not kosher for me. I'm sorry, but every now and again I reserve the right to speak my mind about matters that come up with the public. Back in the 50s, when the government wanted the hotels to have this provision, they said that you had to have at least 75% of your staff Bahamian. The PLP government, Papa says, repealed that and said that is unfair to the Bahamas. But in that case, you at least had a minimum threshold for the number of Bahamians employed. This is what Ingram is pointing out, how the PLP repealed that wicked piece of legislation and policy. That same concept has been discarded in Freeport, where the Hawksbill Creek Agreement in the 1950s provided that people in Freeport, licensees, could bring skilled persons in the Bahamas to work, and the Bahamas could only refuse permission for them on the grounds of personal undesirability. Those policies, since discarded, are coming back again. Listen to what Ingram is warning us, that policies that existed in Freeport, Grand Bahama, which pending in the PLP got rid of, Minnis and Brent Simonet and Negroes like Carl Bettel are bringing back those same old policies which were racist in design. But Carl Bettel has the gall to twist it and attempt to put racism on the PLP when Ingram is pointing out how the PLP had to remove that racist policy from Grand Bahama. Carl, I'm disappointed in you. Those days when I was training you, I should have let you trip down and buck your knee. I should have let him trip down, but I didn't. All right? I'm not going to curse you out too badly today because you did do me one small, great favor. But Carl, I'm disappointed in you, man. I always thought you as a revolutionary, a man who will stand up for principle. But it's clear to me that Carl Bettel no longer loves the powerful policies of Hubert Alexander Ingram. But I'm going to send Papa an email. Papa, the F&M is a Philistine party. Papa, they're not for us. Papa, when are you coming back home? This is Freedom March. We'll be right back.
Freedom March with Rodney Monker will be right back after this. This is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Live on ILTV Studios here in Nassau, Bahamas. My name is Rodney Monker. And of course, there are a number of people that I'm required to give a shout out. Wonderful people from Freeport, Grand Bahamas. And my spiritual advisor, you better look through here to see if you can find my list, because I don't see it. Isn't that amazing? That all them.
What kind of shout outs are you doing?
There is a list of names. Do you see any names of people? Look good. Supposed to be there. And while you look for that, I received a text from a gentleman yesterday. It goes like this. Hi, Mr. Monker, Mr. Spiritual Advisor, good afternoon. I thank you for your help today. I didn't get straight, but I just thank you for your help. I just want you to wish my wife a happy 5th anniversary. Her name is Catherine Lejeune. Let her know that I love her. Madame Lejeune, the message je veux, m'a porté monsieur ou na embassy Haïti pour checker pour document. Zami moi qui travaille là, l'aller dans vacation, c'est pas possible pour moi pour aider. But il texte moi pour dire, il remet où. Où connaît monsieur? Monsieur Edouard. Edouard, il gagne long cheveux. Cheveux kun rasta. Yes, my spiritual advisor. Do you see the names?
Is it right here?
Oh, you saved me, my spiritual advisor. I want to shout out to a happy birthday to Shailene Forbes. Shailene Forbes, happy birthday to you. And then, of course, I want to give a shout out and salutation to the woman them in Pinedale, Grand Bahama, namely Daisy, Judy, Sandra, Sinise, Daniel, Alice, and Nellie. All of y'all are the woman them. This is powerful. And of course, today is Brother Jack's birthday.
Okay, happy birthday, Jax.
Yeah.
Celebrating what?
Well, Jax is 2 years older than I am.
Oh, really? Okay.
How old am I?
Jax is 63 today.
He's 63.
Wow. Okay.
Wow. Jax, you're 63. And listen, let's get together and let's party. All right? And Sister Jax, your charming wife, she wished you a happy birthday. I was kind of upset I couldn't find this list. So I'm going to do a shout out again because these are special people. Happy birthday to Shailene Forbes. And I shout out to the woman them in Pinedale, Grand Bahama, Daisy, Judy, Sandra, Sinise, Daniel, Alice, and Nellie. So we've done it. My spiritual advisor.
Text? No?
Yeah, we're going to do
what about
text.
the phone line? Is the phone line open yet?
We're going to open the phone line. We're going to do text as I continue to discuss issues. My mind has been taken back to an open letter which was written by Attorney Fred Smith QC to the then Commissioner of Police, Mr. Ellison Greenslade, in which Fred Smith alleged that he and certain operatives of the group Save the Bay were in fear of their lives. Now, I'm not aware of anybody burning down their homes. I'm not aware of anybody burning down their office 6 times. 5 plus 1. I'm not aware of anybody damaging their taxi. Nor am I aware of anybody firebombing their vehicle around 3:30 in the morning. But Fred Smith went to the International Commission on Human Rights, arguing that the PLP government failed to investigate threats of death against their life. And if the date of this letter is correct, Fred Smith wrote an open letter to Commissioner of Police Ellison Greenslade on the 23rd of October, 2016. That is what the document is telling me. And so I'm going to presume that is the date, in which he starts his letter by saying, first of all, I would like to thank you for the speedy and urgency with which the Royal Bahamas Police Force responded to news that Save the Bays, STB, has reported certain serious threats to the Inter-American Human Rights Commission at the OAS in Washington. And within days of the Inter-American Human Rights Commission contacting the government regarding our case, senior officers made efforts to interview all Save the Bay members who had reported fearing for their lives and safety as a result of the environmental advocacy work we do across the Bahamas. If Fred Smith and Save the Bay were not victims of arson of their home, arson of their vehicles, where a Negro man comes in the wee hour of the morning with death and fire bomb my vehicle while me and my wife lay in bed. And it is to note that the Nassau Guardian and the Tribune, including the Bahama Journal, to date has not reported the terrorist attack upon me and my wife. It is to be noted. Because in this society, certain people, depending on their class, are regarded as unimportant. But Fred Smith, they went to the Inter-American Commission on Human Rights. And I asked the Bahamian public, in view of the fact that I have consistently been a victim of arson that is clearly political, should I also now complain to the Inter-American Commission on Human Rights, pointing out to them that my life is in danger, and that my wife, by virtue of being my wife and living with me and cohabitating with me, her life is in danger? Do I have a legitimate reason? Are you satisfied that the allegations that I have made do exist? And is the police, the Royal Bahamas Police Force under an F&M government, is moving expeditiously to conclude an investigation as to how it is that a citizen who goes to his bed peacefully can be awakened early in the morning by a bomb. I just thought I'll raise it because I have the rest of the week to return to Fred Smith's case, his letter to the Commissioner of Police, so we could see. Because I continue to say, and I say it again, somebody please condemn it. Shame the devil. Tell them they're wrong. They shouldn't do me like that. Am I not a man and a brother? Am I not brother man? I am a man and a brother. But my life may not be important to many of you Negroes. But I got the whole week because I was researching up and down all day looking for this letter. Because I remember when Fred Dem went to the Inter-American Human Rights Commission of the OAS to tell them that their lives were in danger. And I'm not going to say if a man say his life is in danger, I'm not going to question him. But I know nobody burned down their homes. Nobody firebombed their home. But it's happened to me. It's happened to me. Let's open the line and let my people speak and read text. So, Edward, I'm sorry I didn't get your text yesterday. You text me on the wrong phone. But to Madame Edouard, qui habite na Ilutra, Monsieur D, he remain no. Hello, welcome to Freedom March.
Good afternoon. How you doing, spiritual advisor?
Hey, what's happening?
Right here, bro.
Anton. Okay.
All right, and good afternoon to you, Senator. How you doing today, sir?
Anton, I'm so glad you called me.
Yes, sir.
You remind me of something.
Yes, sir.
Do you know I opened the bank account?
No, I didn't know.
Well, here I can give all the people the bank account number.
Yes, let spiritual advisor put it on the tax line so we all can see it.
You can,
All right, yeah, I'll do that.
Well,
Okay, I'll
yes,
do that.
sir.
but while I have it in my hand, Antoine, let me
Yes,
say
sir.
it.
Okay.
The bank account, if you
Yes.
wish to assist me,
Yes,
all right? It is located at Commonwealth Bank, Oaksville.
Sir. Okay.
The account number is 700
700,
300
300,
5072.
5072. All right, gotcha.
All right?
All
And
right.
my spiritual advisor, however you may pass this on, please do. Go ahead, Antoine. What's on your mind?
I wanted to talk about, you were speaking on a very important matter to the nation and something that I've been discussing at great lengths on other talk shows, this commercial enterprises bill. I have just a few quick points I wanted to say. There is nothing in the commercial enterprises bill, and Bahamian people, I want you all to hear this carefully. There is nothing in the commercial enterprises bill that demands, that dictates, there is no policy that the foreign direct investors must hire a minimum amount of Bahamians. If you are talking about job creation for Bahamians, a policy of such must be a part of this bill, and there is no such policy. There is no guarantee in this bill, or there is no mandatory policy in this bill for the foreign direct investors to train a specific amount of Bahamians to replace their initial staff. Okay, there is no guarantee that these foreign direct investors coming into our country with their expert knowledge in specific niche markets, there is no guarantee to ensure that they partner with Bahamians. And so that amendment that they made to this bill, that Bahamians must own 60%, that adds to nothing if there is no guarantee that the foreign direct investors partner with Bahamians. If they put that in the bill, then we can benefit, and a new generation of multi-millionaire Bahamians can be created overnight, because the bill has a great deal of potential, but the potential is being exploited at the expense of Bahamians, because we're going to provide them with a whole heap of incentives. We're going to give them a whole heap of tax relief breaks. We're going to give them a whole heap of access to land, but they are not giving us anything, and they are not guaranteed or mandated to do anything for Bahamians. So therefore, why are they going to be encouraged? They're coming with their own money. They're coming with their own expertise. They will not do anything for Bahamians but hire us in menial opportunities. We'll have to train behind them for 3, 5, 6, 7, 10 years, and then get the opportunity. Whereas our government has the opportunity
I thank
right
you,
now
comrade. Your
to bring
point
us to the table.
is
Thanks
well
for the opportunity. God bless.
taken. Thank you very much. Hello, welcome to Freedom March. Hello. Speak to me, comrade. Hello. Text, my brother. Text.
Here we go, Mr. Monker. First text.
Yes.
Good evening, Mr. Monker. The destruction of your house was not news for the dailies, but some PLP being on a private BEC or WSC, I guess water and sewage list. Those so-called journalists would have been stalking those persons. Shame on the news reporters for not reporting your destruction. That's the destruction of a vehicle, eh?
Yes.
Oh, they have house here.
Yeah.
All right, that's the first text. Blessings, gentlemen. We, the people, are still waiting on jobs, Mr. Monker. Feels like the economy is on stop. Wow. Good news to know that you didn't open up your account with the other banks. Great move, Mr. Monker. Really think about this. What would you grade this F&M government from A to Z?
Wow.
And why?
It is interesting that you put that question to me. You won't believe it. guess who put that to me? Hubert Alexander Ingraham. Papa said to me, how do you grade the F&M? And then I said to Papa, Papa, how do you grade them? And I shall hold Papa great for the time being. But Papa put that same question to me, and I put question back to Papa. And Papa told me what he grade them and what he grade them for.
Happy birthday to Jamal Williams. It's coming from his mother Judy, his aunt Sharissa, and Uncle George.
This is powerful. Happy 16th wedding anniversary to Robert and Gina Baptiste from family and friends, especially your sister Ada. Enjoy. God bless. And that was for the 29th of November. Go ahead, my spiritual advisor.
Let's see if I could read. Mr. Munker, they're nothing. Open in Freeport, Zorbas was there for 22 years. They just add on a pastry shop. Wood was open from the beginning of the year.
Wow.
So the PM did not have to come to that. He didn't even speak, Mr. Munker.
Was that during the funeral of Sir Arlington Butler?
I think that's probably, yeah. I think so.
Well, Papa was upset. He complained to me. You hear me? I tell you all the things Papa say. I have to be careful these days because I don't know which Negro may show up and firebomb me. But Papa complained over the level of mediocrity. Hubert Alexander Ingraham, the former Prime Minister, tell me all kind of things. I just ain't get to it yet. I've been distracted. Hello, welcome to Freedom March. Hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. Munker.
Good afternoon, my love.
I'm calling from Eleuthera.
Wow, how is Eleuthera?
It's okay, from Hatchet Bay.
Okay. What's on your mind?
Mr. Munker,
Yes.
when I went to church Sunday morning, and my niece said to me,
Yes, talk to me.
and she said, you know, they burned Mr. Munker's car,
Wow.
and I was so angry. I said like this, they want me to walk on the sea.
Wow.
But Mr. Munker,
Pray for me.
yes, Mr. Munker,
Pray for
I
me.
will say the blessings goes up for you.
Yes. Talk to
They
me.
go up, they go up, and they go up. But don't you worry.
I shall not worry.
Be steadfast
I shall.
and always abound in the things of the Lord.
Yes.
For as much as you know,
Your
your
labor
labor
is not
shall not be in vain.
Amen.
May
my
God
sister.
bless you
I thank
and
you.
keep you.
I thank you.
Amen, amen, and amen.
Amen, my sister. I thank you. Give my love to all the people of Eleuthera.
Yes, Mr. Munker. All right. Thank you very much.
And God bless you.
Yes.
It's powerful.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. It is those kind words that soften the heart and make us turn away from anger and bitterness. Because I have all the reason to be angry and bitter. Fred Smith, there's a whole letter he wrote to the Commissioner of Police, open letter, demanding protection. They complained to the Inter-American Commission on Human Rights. And I'm not going to say that they were not entitled to it. And I'm certain that where Fred Smith lives in Freeport, Grand Bahama, Negroes or Conky Joe couldn't get there to bomb, but I live right on the corner of Market Street, John Road. They bomb me. But my life doesn't matter to the extent that the Nassau Guardian doesn't even say boo. The Tribune does not say boo. And of course, the Bahama Journal, I think, they didn't say anything either. But I only want the country to know that we have to be careful in a society where we giggle, gig. You think you're laughing at me, eh? Okay. But when it turns around, because Pinling taught a very international peace or law. Then say, what goes around comes around. That's what Pending said. So you may think it's a laughing matter. You may say, that's good for him because he does not believe in gender equality. Of course I believe in gender equality. I believe that the woman should submit to the major gender in the equality. That's the man in her life. But she is not to be stupid. If the man is a faithful man, a good man, you hold on to him. But if the man is unfaithful, you go to the nearest court and you get rid of him. So it's not a laughing matter. You may think it is a laughing matter. You may think it is. And I say, when the fire engine appears at your door after 3:30 a.m., and as they're about to out the fire, you see the huge flame, and you recognize, wow, look how close man, for Iron Man, is to death. We think it's a joke. Geek, geek, geek. It's not a joke. It is not a joke because once they would have been successful in either injuring me or killing me or doing all kinds of damage to me. It leaves the society vulnerable, and it's already vulnerable. Welcome to Freedom March.
Hello?
Hello.
I'm calling from Freeport. I'm one of the women's names.
Oh, praise the Lord.
And Mr. Monker, I'm so sorry to hear what happened to you and your car and your family.
I thank you.
Have my deepest sympathy, and may God continue to bless you. And can I give a shout-out to the hospital?
Listen, shout out loud.
Okay. I'm calling from Freeport. I would like to give a shout-out to all the doctors and nurses at the hospital, especially Mrs. Tanya Hall.
Wow.
She is such a nice lady. She's such a nice doctor, and may God continue to bless her.
Yes.
She is perfect, okay?
Okay.
And I love you, and God bless you.
I thank you, my dear.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Tanya Hall, you have been proclaimed as perfect. Continue to do God's work. You must be one of the women then. Hello, welcome to Freedom March. This is powerful.
But let me just say,
This
though.
bow tie,
Yeah, it's a very pretty bow tie, as a matter of fact. It's
was donated
nice.
to me by Sister Cherise. Listen,
Oh,
I have it written down here. But it's,
Smith, is that?
is it Smith? You have my notes, my spiritual advisor.
Oh, what's that?
Yes, that's Smith.
Okay, okay.
This bow tie was made by Sister Cherise Smith. Certainly, any woman who take time to make me such a special bow, I got to wear it. You must be one of the women, damn. Go now, Sister Bow. Continue to do God's work. I can give your cell number out on the next go-round. And listen, continue to submit to that strong man. Blessed is the woman who submits to the man. But if the man turn out to be unsafe, send for the saints before you get rid of him. Hello, welcome to Freedom March.
Good evening, Mr. Monker.
Good evening, my love.
Also the spiritual advisor.
Hi, how you doing?
Mr. Monker, it is very sad, and I'm very sorry to hear that that's what they done to you.
I thank you for your kindness.
But you will be okay. Just keep on praying for the enemies.
I shall pray for them.
Okay. You all have a great evening.
You do
God
the same,
bless
man.
you.
Absolutely.
And I thank you very much. So, as the people have asked me, I've opened up the bank account at Commonwealth Bank. That's Oaksfield. And the account number is 700-300-5072. Would you believe? On Sunday, in my church, there are people who have political alliances. And then there's a senior man in the church who I have reason to know that he and I belong to the same party, the F&M. And I wonder sometimes about his kindness and his generosity. But praise the Lord, when I entered the tabernacle, he hugged me, He said he was sorry, and he gave me the first donation, which I have opened the bank account with. Isn't it powerful? When brothers and sisters can live in love and unity. This is Freedom March. We'll be right back after the break.
Do you have something to say to the Senator? Call Freedom March at 323-7775. Toll free from anywhere in the Bahamas at 242-300-0045. Freedom March with Rodney Monker, only on ILTV. This is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome back to Freedom March, broadcasting live on ILTV studios here in Nassau, Bahamas. My name is Rodney Monker. My spiritual advisor is Bradley Roll. Let me start off before I go to the phone by saluting two wonderful Androsian. They are from that great continent that the late national hero, Sir Clement Maynard, who's the national hero from Andros? Goodness of me. Oh, Andros, my Andros.
Oh, that's
I love thee like no other knows. Oh,
them,
Andros, my Andros.
Oh, I keep forgetting them.
He's a Bain.
I don't
You think
I know
about
his
it.
first name, yeah.
Andre Smith and Loretta Dane. You didn't know that I knew that both of you are one of the woman them, and you'll have freedom march. So I salute you two charming women of Andres. I want you to remain one of the woman them and continue to support my leadership. I thank you. Hello, welcome to Freedom March. Hello? Hello? Spiritual advice? Yes?
Is this Mr. Monker?
Yes?
Good afternoon to you and Mr. Spiritual Advisor.
Hi, good afternoon. How you doing?
I just wanted to say how sorry and bad I feel about what was done to your Jeep.
I thank you.
And especially, my heart goes out. You're a soldier. You're a soldier. You're a survivor. But my heart truly goes out to your wife.
Yep.
And your children, because I can only imagine what she felt.
Well, she's been terrorized.
Yes, I feel for her, and what disturbs me is the response. What disturbs me is the response from the media.
Yep.
What disturbs me is some of the reaction from persons who may disagree with you, and some of the things that you say or whatever. You speak truth to power, and people can't understand it. And what we have to learn to do right now, the persons who did it, I'm sure they're listening. I'm sure they're watching. I want them to ask God for forgiveness.
Yep.
Ask God for forgiveness and leave it there. Do not take this to another level because it's starting to get out of hand. First it was your home.
Yep.
Now it was your Jeep. So close to that house. And like I said before, we have to do better. We have to do better because to hear you say and to see you on that on Facebook when it happened, when you were speaking about it.
Yes.
It brought tears to my eyes because you looked like a broken man. And Mr. Monker, do not break. You just stay strong. Hang in there.
I shall not allow them to break me.
Yeah, but you hang in there. You continue to speak truth to power, and God is on your side. God is with you.
I thank
you understand? Don't speak that. But the person who did that, or persons who are responsible, we need to leave whatever political, because see, the persons who we're getting ourselves in problems for, if and when that person, I believe they're going to find them when they go to court. Whatever motivation or whoever they think they're protecting or trying to silence you for, they will not touch them with a 10-foot pole.
That is true.
You're risking your future. You're risking your life for something that is not that important. It's not all politics. Is not all that serious. But like I said, I just want to call personally and give you my take on it, and to let you know that you have a lot of persons out here praying for you.
Right, thank you.
We're praying for, because one life lost, one, understand, we don't need this terror, this terror in this country. And, God bless you, and Mr. Spiritual Advisor. I'm happy to see that what you said yesterday, and you're standing strong with your friend,
Absolutely.
your partner, and, all of you are going to be blessed. Thank you.
Thank you
God
so much,
bless you,
man.
my sister.
Have a great day.
Hello. Welcome to Freedom March. Hello. 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 Welcome to Freedom March.
Hello,
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Moncur.
Yes, ma'am.
I concur with Pat.
Yes.
Yes. You a soldier.
I thank you.
And you gotta stand stronger than ever. And all those who, like you said, there was never a boo or whatever.
The newspaper said
media
nothing.
Or whatever. Nobody. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't worry about them.
I won't.
And just like how Pat said, they might be watching right now. And I hope in there, it might be like a joke to a lot of persons, but God is with you. And you've been informing us, and like I will say again, a soldier, and you're going to be a stronger than ever soldier.
I thank you.
So you just be encouraged, my dear, and you just hold on.
I thank you.
And you're getting more of us now, the women them to be involved, the men them. You notice now you have even the children
Even
them.
the children them.
That's right. So, you just keep on that wall.
Please pray for me.
Yes, well, and spiritual advisor as well.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much. God bless you. Hello. Welcome to Freedom March.
Hi, Mr. Moncur.
Hello, my dear.
Man, I feel so good to see you on this TV this afternoon. You look like you're sort of relieved. I am so proud of you.
I thank you.
Just stay strong. And what Pat say, I go along with her. That is, in your family, that is very touching.
Yes, it is.
So you be encouraged. Oh, one more thing.
Yes.
You need to put your bank account on the
Facebook?
TV so people can see it. No, on the
Oh.
TV so people can see it.
Okay, let me tell.
And then you're saying it too so fast. People like me, you talking too fast, so I can't get it. So you need it, take it easy.
Yeah, my
Take your time
spiritual
so
advisor, I can let him say it.
Yeah, and then put it up on the Facebook. Put it up on the TV so people could get it because you go so fast. People not getting it.
Okay, thank
Okay,
you.
you take care. You be encouraged, man.
I shall.
Okay,
My spiritual advisor, would you please repeat the number slowly?
Okay, the account number is at Commonwealth Bank, Oaksville, right? And the account number is 700-300-5072. So that's 700-300-5072. 700-300-5072.
And you can go to any Commonwealth Bank and deposit it at that account number. Hello, welcome to Freedom March. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Sir?
Good evening.
Yes?
Yes. Be strong, Mr. Moncur.
I shall.
I'm angry about it, but it's in God's hand.
Yep.
Everything is going to work out. Did you see the picture with Mr. Corley with his wife in Washington?
The White House, yeah.
Yes, I did.
And then also Minnis realizing that he is not perfect. He's only human.
Wow.
Well, what a surprising. And then he was mentioned about the tax zone over the hill. And
yes.
He run and duck and hide on those questions. He couldn't answer those questions. And then also, I know you don't have a vehicle, but I don't know how you get Foxhill. They're having a tree lighting, Christmas tree lighting.
In Foxhill?
In Foxhill at 7 o'clock.
When is that?
Pardon me?
When? Tonight?
Yes.
Tonight?
Yes, sir.
Oh, well, I'll tell people, listen, in Foxhill, they're having a Christmas tree lighting tonight. At what time? You didn't say the time. 7 p.m. All the people go down there and join the people of Foxhill in the tree lighting because Christmas is a wonderful time of the year. Hello? Do we have anybody on the phone?
Brother Moncur.
Sir?
My brother, how are you?
Listen, I'm right here. Praise the Lord. How are you?
I'm good, man. This is the Watchman.
Hey, how are you?
I am doing good, man. I'm glad to see that you are in good spirits.
Yes, I am.
What has happened to you?
Yes.
That is good. What I wanted to ask you, because I hadn't heard anything, did the Prime Minister offer his any sentiments towards you with respect to what had happened to you?
Well, I've heard nothing. No, I've not heard anything.
You're still the Justice of the Peace for the city of Nassau, eh?
Indeed, I am one of Her Majesty's Justice of the Peace for the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Weren't you a former senator?
Indeed, I am.
And you are not worthy for the Prime Minister after such an assault that has happened to a senior Justice of the Peace and a former senator, and the Prime Minister of the country does not speak to that. And he was able to come to Parliament and cry for Grenada. Was it Dominica? I was looking for a dramatic debate in the Parliament after what had happened. I saw they would have had to call an ambulance for him for the crying that I was expecting to come from him for what had happened to you. This is an egregious act that was visited upon a senior Justice of the Peace of this country, a former senator, and the Prime Minister of this country remains silent on such a matter. The country must wake up. That is all I'm going to say to this now. I'm waiting on you to bring me on the show.
I hear you.
Thank you.
And I thank you.
Very well.
Talking about that, I received a call from Miss Loretta Butler Turner. That was a call, and I thank God that notwithstanding her many travels and her many activities, when she received reports, she did call me, and I hope soon to see her. Hello, welcome to Freedom Match.
Rodney, how you doing?
Right here, sir.
All right, I call, said spiritual advisor. Oh, my Andres, is Mr. Clarence Bain.
Yes,
Clarence Bain.
The late Clarence A. Bain. You are so correct.
Mr. Rodney, and you also must remember, you are a former senator in the Commonwealth of the Bahamaland.
Yes.
You have earned certain respect from certain people in society. I ask the Bastian to give you all your privileges from Human Resource Section, that somebody speak with you personally. Because, Rodney, you are a senator in the Commonwealth of the Bahamaland, and you must be treated in that way. Spiritual advisor, speak to Rodney, guide him, because the forces are gathering.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, so you must protect him.
Absolutely, yeah.
We thank you for your...
So let's stay strong.
We thank you.
And remember, there's a great man called Mandela. Rodney, you're in them sort of footstep. So you have to be very careful.
I thank you
Absolutely.
very much.
Indeed.
Do we have any text, my spiritual advisor?
Yeah. But speaking about the media, let me just say that I did speak with Wendell Jones.
Okay.
One-on-one. And I
You
told
want
him...
to take this caller?
Okay, go ahead.
Hello, welcome to Freedom Match. Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Go ahead, my spiritual. You said you saw...
Yeah, I saw Wendell
Mr.
Jones.
Wendell Jones.
Yeah, and I spoke to him about the incident, and he condemned it in
Wow.
a very, very strong way. You know, his thing was that, hey, you know, we should all be entitled to opinions, and that the avenue that person, you know, took to destroy a vehicle was, you know, was not the right thing to do. He condemned it. So
this is powerful. This is good to hear.
We must clear Wendell and the...
Well, tell him I want a little story, just for historical purposes.
He did condemn it, though.
You know, that
he did condemn it.
It did happen. And it's a shame. And once again, I call on political authority and the Bahamas Christian Council to condemn what has taken place, because it takes only a spark to get a major flame, a major explosion, and the modern Bahamas need not go along that route. We have to be sensible. We have a wonderful country. We are the inheritors of 700 islands and 2,000 rocks and keys and 100,000 square miles of ocean. Why are we going to destroy it? Huh? It don't make sense. My spiritual advisor, what are some of the texts that we have?
Okay, here we go. Good afternoon, Senator. Today's text. And spiritual advisor, you both are such a blessing to listen to every week and evening, especially in this nothing but bad news Grand Bahama. Gentlemen, I heard you mention about Mr. Fred Smith, QC, earlier. Are you aware that according to Honorable Brand Smith and the Director of Immigration, Pratt, Mr. Smith did not have any client to see at the detention center?
No client?
He was just grandstanding, gentlemen.
That can't be true.
As he always does, was drawing attention to himself. Where is that tamarind switch when you really need it? Now, that's powerful, isn't it, Senator?
I'm going to accept Fred's word that he had a client. I don't think he is delusional, honestly.
Good day, Mr. Monica. Sorry to hear about what happened. God bless you. And give a shout out to Frank Hinsey, all the way in Alistown, Bimini. He watches your show religiously.
Frank Hinsey.
Frank Hinsey.
You are the man. Thank you for watching Freedom Mart.
And happy 60th anniversary to Frank and Merrill Hinsey in Bimini. Happy 60th anniversary. Wow.
Wow, Frank Hinsey. They've been married that long?
60 years is a long
It's
time.
powerful. It's powerful. Go ahead, Mr.
Andres in the house. Sorry, Andres is in the house, Mr. Monica.
Andres.
Andre Smith. Andre Smith.
Andre Smith.
Eldane. Oh, yeah. I think you tried them out. Right?
Yes, we did.
Good evening, Mr. Monica. I'm so sorry to hear what happened to you, but God will definitely expose them. They are cowards. Mr. Monica, you need to get a shotgun license. I don't know.
Wow.
Those who live by the sword will die by it, eh? Monica, it's the people's time, isn't it?
What time is it?
It's the people's time.
Somebody say it's God's time.
Absolutely. All right, let's leave that one alone. Good afternoon, Mr. Monica. So sad to hear about your incident. Some people just are jealous. I'm praying for you. This is one of the women them in Freeport.
I thank God for the woman them all around the country and particularly in Freeport.
Good day, Mr. Monica. My name is Seal. One of Seal or Sean. Seal Johnson, one of the man them. Wish you all the best during your trial times.
Brother Johnson, I thank you.
Let's see. No, can't read that one. Hi, my name is Anna K. Brown. I am 13 years old and I have severe lung cancer. I also have a large tumor in my brain from repeated beatings. Doctors say I will die soon if it isn't fixed, and my family can't pay the bills. The Make-A-Wish Foundation has agreed to donate 7 cents for every time this message is sent. Okay. Should we have read that or?
Well, you think it's authentic?
I don't know. Well, we'll leave that one alone.
Okay.
All right. Let's see if we have any more. Hi, Mr. Monica. I just wanted to know that when Jesus was on earth, he didn't have any friends. So consider yourself special. God have great things in store for you. Look like that.
All right, thank you.
All the text.
You think we have read all of the text?
It would seem so.
Is there anything in the newspaper in particular, my spiritual advisor, that you're drawn to?
I didn't really take a look at the papers today, you know.
You didn't?
No.
You're very busy.
Yeah.
Are you getting jobs?
But I realized that it looked like the police is really dealing with the crime issue, eh?
Well,
seems as if crime is really slowing. The tactics are paying off.
That sounds very good until I'm bummed.
We got a new commissioner
at 3
a.m.
Are you listening to me?
Mm-hmm.
That sounds very good. I'm happy to know that control is being applied to crime.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But what comfort does that bring to me
mm-hmm.
when me and my wife go to bed and at 3:30 a.m. in the morning on a main highway, a Negro male, because I'm certain it's no Conkey Joe, shows up and fire bomb me. And I'm appealing to the political authority and the church and other concerned citizens to condemn that, because that is wrong, no matter what you think of my belief. Whether or not you think I'm a crazy man, whatever it is, I am a man and a brother man, and I should not be suffering that. No citizen should go to bed and have to, face that. And guess what? I don't sleep now. Seriously, I don't sleep. I tell the woman, sleep. She say, man, I go watch and you go to sleep. That is what they have subjected me and my wife to. Because somebody came in the night with fire and bomb us. But we say crime is done. In fact, some people will giggle and say, that's good for Monica. He on TV running on, talking these political issues. That's good for him. You see? Because it's me. That is never the way it ought to be. No citizen is to be subjected to terrorism. And all my life, as a political activist, check my records. Never advocated violence. Never encouraged anyone to harm anyone. In fact, many of my childhood friends think that I can't fight, because every time there was a confrontation, I always call for peace. And that is what has happened. And we say the tourists should come to the Bahamas. Isn't that what we say? Tourists come to the Bahamas. It's a wonderful place. Wonderful place. That's what we say. Sometimes we write and we say to them, listen, don't worry about the crime. It's only over in the Negro area, the inner city. That's the way we do it. And so we feel proud. A bunch of black people playing government. Gig, gig, gig. Right? But if that's the way you want to run the country, go ahead. Because the country is heading with velocity straight to hell. They bomb me, and I'm not going to retaliate. I can leave it to the police. I got my theory about the police. So I'll watch, because every assault, whether or not I'm a junkanoo. You remember what was that junkanoo? And the white man living in Life at Key took a bottle and fling it at my junkanoo group, partially cutting my son because the glass bottle got in the costume. Grain Slade was the commissioner of police. They arrest the man, refused to charge him, release him. I wrote Grain Slade, asked him who the man is. He answered the letter. I wrote Perry Christie, who was prime minister, because Christie was the first person I complained to when it happened. He was talking to then Assistant Commissioner of Police, Stephen Dane. I don't know why. Christie ain't do nothing. So the man got away. It almost as if I, a citizen of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, participating in my nation capital, celebrating Junkanoo, expressing myself peacefully, and pick up one Guinness bottle. The policewoman jumped up. I think the policewoman was the member of parliament for what, Percival Forbes? Percival Forbes' sister was the policewoman. That woman could run. Man, she know how to run after white people. She run behind, jump up, and catch the man. They let the man go. So this is the kind of country we run, kind of society we run. But we say that the citizens should respect the rule of law. That's why we are faced with so much revenge in this society. People are harmed, they go to the police pussyfoot, or the man turned out to be some big person, and they said, oh no, this is a big man. Don't mind he throw the bottle at Monica and the group. Monica and his group should get licked with bottle. That's the kind of society we run. So we undermine our own country. Anyway.
And it's sad, Mr. Monica.
Anyway. But I thank God. I thank God for family, and I thank God for friends. I thank God for His mercy. I thank God that it's still a wonderful country.
Absolutely.
And I would want to remind FNMs of a speech delivered by Dr. Hubert Ingraham. I think it was on the 19th of August this year at St. Barnabas Church, when the FNM celebrated the 1992 victory. Dr. Minnis raised my name, and he said to FNMs, look, what a wonderful democracy. Rodney Monica could be on TV, meaning Island Luck TV, and express himself without fear or favor. You only listen to the party leader and the party prime minister. But Minister said, look what the FNM has introduced. Radio and TV. And Monica could be on national TV criticizing the government without fear. And some stupid Negro decided he wasn't listening to that, and that he will come as a thief in the night with bum. Anyway, it's my prayer that God will touch his heart and he shall study war no more. But I thank everybody. Praise the Lord. I thank you. Please continue to pray for me. Until tomorrow, I hope to see you again. But if I do not see you anymore, I want you to know I've had a wonderful, wonderful life. God save the Queen.
The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Monker, his guests, callers, and advisors on Freedom March are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of ILS, the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without the express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2017. All rights are reserved.